Sacred Knowledge, Real World Impact: The Value of a Religious Studies Degree by Shakima Johnson. Hi, I'm Shakima, and this is a look into how degrees in theology and religious studies are impacting lives and careers, inside and outside of ministry. As someone pursuing both advocacy and law, I've often been asked how my religious studies degree will fit into that vision. Well, this project answers that question by lifting up voices of professionals in medicine, ministry, and academia. Let's get started. Reverend Joanne Cooper is an ordained elder in the United Methodist Church and a lifelong learner in both ministry and the classroom. Through her theological education, she's earned certifications in spiritual formation, preaching, and leadership. But she says the real impact goes beyond the credentials. For her, religious studies offered community, challenge, and growth. It made her confront her blind spots and stretch beyond her comfort zone. She emphasizes that a degree doesn't make you a leader, but it can shape the kind of leader you become. One who listens, learns, and walks with others in humility. Reverend Cooper believes ministry is about presence, being non-anxious, grounded, and always open to what God is doing. Her education helps her disciple others with wisdom and grace. Dr. Holly Wilson, co-creator of LSUA's Religious Studies program, brings both academic depth and real-world impact to her work. She began with a degree in philosophical anthropology and later earned her master's and PhD in philosophy. With support from the Catholic Diocese, she was able to teach incarcerated individuals, connecting scholarship to service. As a college professor, she's seen how religious studies brings a unique kind of clarity, not just intellectual, but personal and emotional. In comparison to high-demand fields such as nursing, Dr. Wilson sees religious studies as a family-friendly path, one where students often find peace, direction, and a sense of balance. Many return to say the program helped them manage anxiety and depression and reconnect them with what truly matters. Dr. Wilson believes spirituality can sharpen rational thought, and that religious studies plays a vital role in restoring wholesomeness to both religion and the human experience. Hello and welcome, Dr. Holly Wilson. First of all, thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me.
My pleasure.
You have such a vast educational background when it comes to the religious field, the religious studies field. And could you just first talk a little bit about that, about where your education started at and how you were even interested in that field?
Well, my education began at Vanderbilt University when I was majoring in psychology, but I was taking religion degree courses and also philosophy, and decided I wanted to have a triple major, but that wasn't possible. So I made up my own major, called it philosophical anthropology, and put courses from religion, psychology, and philosophy together and submitted it to the dean. And the dean accepted it, and I actually graduated with a degree in philosophical anthropology. And that was the end of my religion studies for a while, because then I went on and got my master's and PhD in philosophy.
Amazing. So the first question that I wanted to ask you is, what inspired you? Because I know you did say that you were majoring in psychology and you were also taking some religious courses, but is there anything that you felt like inspired you to go that route?
Well, I mean, I did want to include religion in my my major because I was spiritual and deeply religious. And when I first started praying to God, that just never stopped. I never have ever decided to quit praying. And it was interesting. One of my professors at Vanderbilt asked me, "Well, Holly, how come you're so smart, but you still believe in God? And
Wow.
I I was a little taken back, and I didn't think the two were opposite of each other. I thought religion
Right.
and spirituality and being intelligent were consistent with each other, and I've always thought that. And I still feel that my spirituality gives me an edge in my rationality. So I think you should have a spiritual life if you want to be
Absolutely.
successful.
How has your academic background in religious studies shaped your understanding of the world or your personal sense of purpose?
Well, what it's given me is an opportunity to create a religious studies program at
Right.
LSUA. I mean, when they hired me, they asked me to create the religious studies program. So when I got the degree, I had no idea I was going to, apply for a job at LSUA, but then they needed that. And so I created the program along with Nathan Ponder, and it was, it is what it is today. It's been pretty successful. We've attracted a lot of students, and they're going on to graduate school. They're going on to become priests, and they're going on to become religious leaders.
That's amazing. What advice would you give to students who are either pursuing religious studies or are unsure, like, do I not? Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, one thing I see a lot of young women looking for a career in nursing. And then when they get in the career, they quit because it's not flexible and they can't manage their family life at the same time as they manage their career. But
Right.
religion is family friendly. And careers in religion, whether you're a teacher or whether you're a pastor, and there are careers for women as pastors in religion. And in fact, I have a student right now who's a pastor and also finishing up her degree. So there are lots of opportunities within religion, and the reason why I would say that too is not just because it's family friendly and give you an opportunity to raise a family and also have a career, but also because I think that once you learn what we've been teaching, you're going to bring a wholesomeness back to religion that's sometimes missing in religion. Religion has traumatized some people, and I think we need to get back to the basics of the spiritual traditions within religion and make it a much more wholesome reality for people. And I think that students of our program understand what the wholesomeness of religion is and of spirituality and how to teach it and promote it in our religions today.
Wow, that was a beautiful response. I love that. And just to wrap up, what would you say is brings you the most fulfillment about what you do?
Oh, it's seeing students be successful in learning their lives being transformed by, say, my happiness experiment class. They tell me that they've learned skills in there that help them be happy and functioning and fulfilled and flourishing, and that they've overcome anxiety and depression and things like that because they learned skills from religion that and practices that help them achieve a more peaceful state of mind. Mhm.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you would like to say, Dr. Wilson, before we
Well,
wrap up?
I must say that I'm very proud of you as as a student in our program and how you have matured and grown, and in quite a quick period of time too, I must
Thank
say.
you.
So you're a good testament to the success of our program, and I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Wilson. I will say, like, I wish that I like I said, I would have had more time in the program because I've learned so much. Like, I've learned so much about myself just taking the different courses, and even like with my own journey in with religious studies, just like you said, learning how to not you don't have to abandon religion, even if you've been through like religious trauma and stuff. And, I have a little, history with that, but, I've learned so much in the program, and I just can't wait to see, even after I leave, what you all do with it. And, so that's amazing.
Can't wait to see what you do with your program. We're going to expect great things out of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. All right,
Dr. Wilson. Well, thank you so much for your insight. I'm looking forward to sharing this information, and I know other people are going to be super excited to just hear your perspective as well as everyone else's, and how it just all comes together. So thank you so much for doing this interview with me. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome. It was my pleasure. I enjoyed it immensely. Have a good day.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Dr. Donna Ewey is a physician who works in geriatrics and hospice care and holds advanced degrees in theology and bioethics. She sees medicine as a sacred ministry where each patient deserves dignity, compassion, and spiritual attention. Her studies in theology taught her to care for people holistically, body, mind, and soul. She believes death is a sacred transition and honors it as such in her work. For Dr. Ewey, faith-based education didn't just shape her thinking, it shaped her purpose. Dr. David Britt has spent his career at the intersection of theology, education, and community work. With a Master of Divinity and PhD focused on the sociology of religion, he served as a pastor, professor, researcher, and nonprofit leader. He says formal theological education doesn't just train ministers, it challenges them to grow, reflect, and to step outside themselves. Seminary, he explains, helped him understand people better, listen with empathy, and lead from a place of humility, not ego. Dr. Britt believes education gives ministers tools to serve wisely, not just with passion, but with depth. He warns that leaders without proper training may rely too heavily on personal bias, leaving communities vulnerable. Seminary taught him to write, think, ask better questions, and most importantly, to keep learning. His words remind us, sacred knowledge isn't about having all the answers, it's about being honest enough to keep growing. As a future law student and advocate, my religious studies degree has shaped more than just how I think, it's shaped how I see people. It's taught me to approach justice with compassion, to listen with empathy, and to act with integrity. I've learned how belief systems, culture, and ethics all influence the human experience, and that's critical when working with real people and real issues. Whether I'm defending someone's rights or shaping policy, this background helps me advocate with both courage and care. Religious studies didn't take me away from law, it prepared me to do it better. Religious studies isn't just about ancient texts or theology, it's about people, justice, and purpose. Through this project, I've learned how sacred knowledge shapes real-world work. From medicine to ministry, education to advocacy. Whether leading, teaching, healing, or defending others, every person I spoke with reflected the same truth. This degree equips us to serve with compassion, wisdom, and strength. For me, religious studies isn't the end of the road. It's the foundation of everything that comes next.